Hello, everybody. Welcome to the TDC Podcast. Mike and T-Roy. T, how are you, my friend?
I've been better, but I'm here.
You've been better.
I've been better.
Is it working in that 98-degree heat? Is that the main problem?
That has not helped. But
Yeah.
Been a bit of a day.
Yeah. Oh, God, it's been a long day, and I'm still in so much goddamn pain in my back.
Oh.
My lower back. I know I'm crying to the
No.
the guy that's gotten both legs and arms amputated laying in a hospital bed, and I'm whining about this small of my back pain. I understand that.
It's
not
all. I
lost
get
on
it,
me.
man. You're just joining the club.
Yeah. Oh, it's just so bad, dude. I had people over here today for hours, and I felt so rude because I couldn't stand up. And so everyone's standing up having like a meeting, and I'm sitting down like, just bear with me, folks. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but yeah, it was bad.
Let's get you one of those walkers that you can kind of sit on and roll
Yeah.
yourself around with the
Yeah.
tennis balls and all.
Yeah, I need one of those. Who
Bad,
knew?
Not a bad way to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a Rascal.
Rascal be good.
Yeah, with a little side dismount.
What's
Pop off the side.
Oh, yeah?
Seat, like turns to the side.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
For easy access.
You
to
got
exit?
your little arm rails and all that.
Oh, we need to get those. Can you soup those up? Can you make those, like, put afterburners on
Probably.
them and really
Sure.
get them
Yeah,
cooking?
like the go-karts. Just take the governor off in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, soup that thing up.
Yeah. We need some of those.
Right on.
For sure.
Dig it.
Not a lot going on in the world. I got to be honest.
It seems like there's always a lot going on in the world.
There is, but maybe it's just that there's not a lot that interests me going on in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
you need
part
to
of it.
diversify your interest a bit.
Maybe. Let's get to our trans stories. I'm starting to. I don't think I have a single transgender story today, which
I want to start the slow clap.
might be a first. It's not. I don't know. They're not bitching about something today.
Yeah.
That must be it, because
Right.
otherwise I would have one.
Of course. Man, it is really a slow day. If you don't even have a trans story.
I don't think I do.
Holy shit. What, are we going to talk about the weather?
Yeah, right. It's gonna be 85 and sunny all weekend.
Hot as balls out there today,
Yeah.
isn't it? Ugh.
No.
Which, yeah, actually it was.
It was. Cece's diving in the pool now.
On her own.
Sort of, yeah.
And she's like, all right,
Like-
this is enough.
She hasn't done it yet when I'm not in the backyard, but usually she would wait until I'm in the pool.
Yeah, and jump to
And then she'll dive in after me and stuff. But now, like last night, I had my shorts on, not a bathing suit, and it was late.
She doesn't know the difference.
No, she doesn't care. And I don't know what I was doing back there, but I was just sitting out back there, and she just dove in the pool, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then she got to the edge over here, like she was trying to climb out over here, even though she knows where the corner is.
Well, nose is a relative term, apparently.
Yeah. And so I had to jump in,
See?
soaked. And so I wondered when I woke up, I was like, why am I wearing shorts but no underwear? You know, because they were soaking wet. And so I grabbed another pair of shorts, but I couldn't go in my room because
That's the only way to go, man.
Amanda was
Free
standing. Yeah, it makes me feel weird. It makes me feel like I did something wrong. Like if I've lost my underwear for the
ball. Really?
night. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. If I'm wearing underwear, I feel like I did something wrong.
Really?
Yeah. Like, did I shit myself or
Yeah.
what happened?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just felt weird all morning.
Yeah.
You know, because I didn't have underwear on and I couldn't get
Did you
into
go?
my room.
Did you have the wet shorts on?
No, there was another pair of shorts in I'm staying in my spare room right now because Amanda and Marshall are here.
guests.
We have house guests. And so I couldn't go in there, you know, but all my shit's in there. So usually they get up in the morning and then I can go in there and grab my stuff. But I'm in this weird position where
You didn't grab like a menagerie of
No.
random shit
I
and
might
just
do
take
that
it into
today.
the other room so you had some
no,
options?
I didn't.
That would have been planning ahead.
Yeah.
Would have been smart.
And you know me and planning ahead.
So good.
Yeah, mortal enemies. Mortal enemies.
Yeah.
Anything to do with coordination.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Come on.
No,
I want to hear it.
organization.
Sure.
Yeah,
We'll go with that.
Organization, planning, any of that stuff is like, yeah, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'll have none of it.
Just fly by night.
Yeah,
Come what may.
yeah. But it tests my patience to have other people around, like family and stuff, because it's like, oh, let's go get something to eat. When I say something like that, we're
Out the door in 35 seconds.
35 seconds.
Yep. All right, let me
you-
grab my shoes, wallet, keys, gone.
gone, done.
Yeah, I've noticed that nothing happens quickly.
4 hours later,
If you're lucky.
yeah. 4 hours later, someone's still putting a face on. What? What are we doing? I have shit to do. What are we doing?
I can't remember last time they were in town. There was something you guys were going to do, and it was obviously time sensitive to some degree. I don't remember what you were going to or whatever, but I was like, why the fuck are you people still here? Like, like you literally should have been gone an hour ago to make whatever it was that you were going to do.
Yeah, we've got an 8 p.m. movie start that we're going to, and at 9:30 we're still wrapping things
you guys
up.
about ready? Should we go?
But between kids and like,
I know.
You know what I mean?
Easy. I've been there, believe me. I had two of them. It's a disaster.
I have not been there ever. And so for me, like, I mean, I have a more patience and a little respect for it because I understand that there's a lot more that goes into it when it's not just me.
Yeah.
And it's like, whatever I'm wearing, no matter where we're going, is good enough for me. I don't give a shit.
Right. Well, play devil's advocate here. There's, accountability on all levels.
Yeah.
Sometimes shit goes off the rails and it delays you.
Yeah.
Sometimes just not ready.
Yeah.
Sometimes
not ready.
Might have started that process a little sooner. And I'm not throwing any darts. I'm just saying that a lot of that is controllable.
Yes.
That's all.
Yeah. I had a run for years where I was just disrespectful. You know, where it was like dinner at 7.
Fuck off
at
my
my
time.
house, my time. I'd show up at 8, you know, and just be like, I'm here, feed me, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm much, much, much better about that now.
I agree.
About getting to where I need to be on time, being ready to go on time. But for me, if it's like, hey, we need to leave at 6:45 and it's 6:40, that's plenty of time for me to throw on some hair gel if I need, throw on some jeans and take these shorts off, throw on a shirt and walk out the door. I'm ready to go. Like, that's it. There's just it's so much easier being a guy.
If there's no other factors involved, like if you're just, I'm going to go to the mall at 2, and nobody else, it doesn't matter.
Right.
If it's 3 o'clock, who cares? It doesn't affect anybody else.
Yeah.
When there's other principles involved, it's, believe me, I've been a victim. I'm a very punctual person.
Yeah.
I'm a very coordinated person. I plan accordingly. So yes, I've been a victim of that my whole life.
And what is that about? What is that?
Which
Because
part
that
of
seems
it?
like a women's thing. It's a woman thing, right?
Yeah,
It's usually not. Are there cases where it's like, oh my God, my husband drags us down. He's always late. He's always like, does that exist? Is that a thing?
Probably. I'm sure.
Somewhere?
I'm sure it
But
happens
the
on all
vast
sides.
majority is.
Yeah. Well,
It's a woman.
there's
thing,
irony
right?
on all levels. There's the women that are like, oh, I need 10 minutes to get ready. The fuck you do. No woman needs 10 minutes to get ready. The bullshit. I don't care. So if you actually convince yourself of that, and then you give yourself a 10-minute window, and it really takes you a half hour,
You're 20 minutes late.
you're 20 minutes late.
Right.
When, let's have a real conversation here and know that it's okay, your 10 minutes is actually a half hour. So why don't we just start that process a little sooner?
Yeah.
So, like I said,
and that
sometimes
makes you a
there's-
dick for even saying that, right?
Always.
Always.
Yes.
Which I don't understand because for most women, it's more like an hour.
Yeah.
If you're talking about shower, pick out an outfit,
Yeah.
do
Depending
your
on what
hair,
you're doing and how
makeup.
far they got to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not always an hour, to just go to dinner or whatever. But if you're
wanna
getting done
be-
up or.
Yeah, if you're doing your hair and you're doing your makeup and you got to pick out an outfit.
But listen, if I know how long it's going to take you, you should fucking know
Yeah.
how long it's going to take you.
Yeah.
Right? So when I'm
It
like,
just
we got to
seems like
leave in 15 minutes, and I'm big on that, like, we got to leave in a half hour. I know. Okay,
Yeah.
then why are you,
Still playing video games
Yeah.
right now.
Right. 15 minutes, we got to be out the door. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? We're 10 minutes late. I'm almost ready.
Yeah.
The fuck, dude. How do
Who
you...
are you dolling yourself up for, by the way?
Right.
Who are you trying to strut your
Let's just
shit
be-
in front of?
let's
You're married.
Just be real. You need a half hour, fine. Start a half hour early.
That's the part I
That's
don't
it.
get. Is
That's just
that mansplaining to tell someone like, please, bitch, please? You think you're getting ready in 10 minutes? My ass. I've never met the woman who gets ready in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, for the women out there.
Unless she's going to work, unless she's gardening in her own backyard, maybe then she just needs 10 minutes.
That's fine.
For
the women out there, mansplaining is a man's way of explaining things to a woman.
Yeah. That's for the ladies out there.
For the ladies. Anyway, that's all. I just believe it. Most of that stuff on every level, guys and girls. I'm not putting it all on women, but because men are just as guilty. It's just planning. It's just allotting the proper amount of time. and being real about the situation. Don't tell me it takes you 10 minutes to get ready when it's actually a half hour.
Here's the weird thing about it. All the women I'm thinking about right now are extremely organized and good planners.
Yeah.
Like they can map out a cross-country trip, everywhere you're going to stop, where you're doing. Like they can, to the minute, do that.
Yeah.
And then be an hour late when it comes to like walking out the door.
Yeah, and maybe that's just they don't give a shit. Maybe it's not a priority to them.
Power move.
I think
it's a power move.
Sure, there's fashionably late. That's a thing. But whatever, is what it is.
Yeah.
I prefer to keep my promises. If I say I'm going to be somewhere or do something, I tend to
got
stick
integrity,
to it.
T.
I do. Yeah, it's a goddamn curse.
It is sometimes. Yeah, it's a curse of being single most of your life too, because you were starting to get on me a few weeks ago. I can't remember where we were going. You were like, "Bro, we're walking out the door in 5 minutes," and I was like, "Oh, that gives me plenty of time." And I fucking ran upstairs, and 4 minutes later, I walked downstairs, and I was like, "All right, let's go."
Yeah, but I knew you needed 4 minutes.
Right.
That was why you needed the 5 minute knockdown.
But I was like, all I needed to be told was that. It was like, okay, if you would have said 30 seconds, I would have just worn what I was wearing and thrown a hat on.
Right.
If I had 5 minutes, okay, now I can get into it and do the 4 minute move.
Yeah.
And
like I said,
ready to go.
If it's only affecting you,
Yeah.
not you per se, but the collective you that we're speaking of, fine. Do whatever you want. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But when there's other people involved and it affects other people,
Yeah.
You might want to be a little more considerate.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
That's
just me.
One person who wasn't considerate, T, Amber Heard.
Oh, Amber Turd?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was a grumpy. She left a grumpy in the bed.
I love that they were like, no, it was the dogs. And he's like, we have 2 7-pound Shih Tzus.
We have teacup Yorkies.
Teacup Yorkies, whatever they were.
Teacup Yorkies. I've cleaned up their grumpies.
It's never been bigger than my
It's a Tootsie Roll. He's like, I've been cleaning up their grumpies for years. I know what they're capable
of. They're 9 and 10 years old. They've never shit on my bed ever.
Ever.
Especially on my side.
Yeah.
On my pillow.
And a human-sized
left
shit
a mint.
at that. So she's going on a tour. She's going to get herself another defamation suit if she doesn't shut up.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
She's been booted from Aquaman 2.
Yep.
She's blaming everyone but herself. This chick is a psychopath.
Yes.
And
unstable.
I don't know why I didn't get more into this story. This seems like a story that's right up my alley. Johnny Depp's one of my favorite actors of all time.
Yep.
I didn't know much about Amber Heard. But
you couldn't avoid it. It was all over the place.
It was everywhere, and I felt like everybody was talking about it too. But
it wasn't because it was even relevant. It was because it was comical. It was goddamn entertaining. Well, I didn't watch any of it live, but I keep catching clips like they're making little snippets of it, TikToks and what have yous, and they're hysterical.
Of her reactions.
Of all of it. Her, him, the
lawyer.
The lawyer. His lawyer was great.
Yeah.
Both of them, the guy and the chick.
The girl, they're giving rave reviews to.
Yeah, he was banging the shit out of her.
You think so?
I think so, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was throwing it. Doing that little pro boner work.
Yeah. Sure. Mm-hmm. I think of Johnny Depp as one of those guys, like, he's going to be covered by TMZ as much as possible.
Yeah.
Any entertainment thing. But he's been, from the jump.
Oh, I see what you did.
See what I did there with 21?
Mm-hmm.
Right out the gate, he's been like, fuck you to the media. He doesn't want anything to do with that side of it.
Yeah.
He considers himself an artist, more of a musician than an actor. He kind of stumbled into acting because of Nicolas Cage hooked him up, and he got the with a...
How ironic.
What? Nicolas Cage?
Yeah. One of the best actors, one of the worst actors of all time.
Yeah. Well, he got hooked up, and he ended up landing Nightmare on Elm Street and then Jump Street. And but he's never, whenever they get him, he destroys a hotel room when he's 20.
Yeah.
They've got him.
The rock star mentality.
Total rock star mentality. Yeah. But he doesn't want a public display with Discovery and his whole world getting dumped out for the general public to trash him in global newspapers. That is not Johnny Depp, historically.
Yep.
For 40 years, that hasn't been Johnny Depp. So the fact that he was willing to go to a public hearing with cameras and air all this filthy laundry,
Yeah.
Filthy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Don Henley couldn't write a song about how dirty this laundry was, as bad as it is.
Nice reference.
Thank you. I'm glad you got that. So it makes it makes me think, anyways, this bitch must have been so crazy that his thought was, just get her on the stand.
Yeah.
She'll do the rest.
Yeah. So, she'll handle it for me.
I've dated girls like this where it was like, if you could just, I know you're not self-aware enough to see what an absolute psycho you are.
We could put this out to the court of public opinion if you like.
Yeah.
I know you think you're 100% right,
but you're
not. But we could throw this out to, I don't know, any 10 people. You could even pick the 10 people.
Yeah.
And even your friends would be like, bitch, what?
Yeah,
Fuck.
let's hook up them up to a lie detector in case they want to they think they're going to get cute.
Oh, girl, of course. Fuck
yeah,
you.
I'm all on your side. No. So that's kind of what I think is like he was so willing to go to the extreme because his career was getting shot.
Yeah.
You know, he lost the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. I hope Disney hires him back for another one.
Fuck Disney. But yeah. No, go ahead.
No, that's basically about it. But now she's doing the interview circuit, blaming social media, blaming his popularity.
It reminds me of the vaporized bicep guy.
In the Kyle Rittenhouse trial?
Yeah. Going around basically just contradicting everything he had said under oath in court.
Yeah.
And then coming out for the court of public opinion going, yeah, no, I didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
And then all them going, I know, it's tragedy what's really happening here.
Yeah. Really? Can we rewind the tape a little bit where he admitted to pulling out a gun and pointing it at him?
Go back. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
So, one of the jurors spoke out. So there were 5
done, so they're allowed to now.
Yeah, they can do interviews if they want.
Right.
You know, a lot of them don't, but this one spoke out. One of the 5, I think there were 5 male jurors, and he's one of them. And he slammed her claims. The jury was mesmerized by, Johnny Depp, and that the verdict was unfair, insisting that they followed the evidence and were uncomfortable with her emotional outbursts. Do you think that meme of her doing blow? I think that's real, man.
I don't obviously I don't think that it is, but it's it's just too funny not to. Have you ever seen the guy that does he has a big TV on the wall and he videos himself like models walking down the runway and they fall and he's like phew, phew, and he does all the little things to make it happen. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
He does one of those with her.
Yeah.
And it's fucking great because he comes up onto the side and he was like, she kind of makes a little nod and she reaches off to the side and he reaches behind the TV and does that and she goes back and he's like turns around.
I want to see that.
It's great. It's so good. It's so well done.
Can you find that?
I could try, but I don't even know what his name is, but
yeah, but people are getting so good with that stuff.
It really is. Yeah, he's really good with it, but.
The juror spoke anonymously to Good Morning America to say that he and other jurors were uncomfortable with how Heard stared at them throughout the trial with those weird psycho bitch eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And they struggled to believe her when she went from crying to being ice cold in an instant.
Yeah.
The crying, the facial expressions, the staring at the jury, all of us were very uncomfortable. Heard has repeatedly suggested Depp only won the trial because he's more famous and likable than she is. A lot of her story...
Which is absolutely true. I mean, he is, but it's not the only reason he won.
Which is true, but you know what? He
won because he was right, but...
You put a beautiful girl on the stand, young, beautiful girl, they're usually believed. Unless they're...
Yeah.
It's why you don't believe all women. # believe all women. Because we all know there's crazy bitches out there.
Oh, isn't there?
Women know that more than anyone.
Yeah.
A lot of her story didn't add up. The majority of the jury felt that she was the aggressor. Some of us used the expression crocodile tears. That's what I saw too. I don't remember seeing any real tears on her.
Yeah.
He added he personally did not believe Depp ever hit Heard. One of the big turning points for the jury was Heard's admission that she had not donated her $7 million divorce settlement to charity as she claimed she had publicly.
Yep.
She goes on a talk show in the UK. The video shows her sitting there telling the host she gave all the money away. And the terms she used in the video clip were, I gave it away. I donated it. It's gone. But the fact is, she didn't give it all away. Heard said on the stand that she used the terms pledged and donated interchangeably. Yeah, that's what she kept saying when they're like, so did you technically give the money to the LA Children's Hospital or whatever it was that you said you were going to? Yes, I pledged it. They're like, I don't know what that means. I can't be any clearer. I pledged it.
You said you were going to give it to them, but
he just seemed a little more real in terms of how he was responding to questions. His emotional state was very stable throughout. He added that social media did not play a part in the verdict, as Heard has claimed, and that he doesn't even use it. We followed the evidence. Myself and at least 2 other jurors don't even have Twitter or Facebook. Others who had it made a point not to talk about it. So she was ordered to pay Depp $8 million in damages after deductions, but now she says she can't afford it. So she went on the Today Show to insist Depp did beat her, but she still loves him.
Of course. Okay?
Yeah, she's got to be careful. If she keeps going on TV saying that he beat her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
I mean, I would think you could probably put some sort of a cease and desist into that, but I don't know. I can't find that.
That's okay.
No worries.
She's playing with fire, though.
She is, indeed.
Yeah. When grilled by Savannah Guthrie about audio clips that were played during the 6-week trial in which the actress could be heard admitting to being physically abusive towards Depp, she insisted she only ever responded to physical violence, but she never instigated it.
Never?
No, never.
Wasn't there actually video? I mean, video and audio of her in the trial doing all kinds of shit like that?
Yeah. I never had to instigate it. I responded to it. When you're living in violence and it becomes normal, as I testified to, you have to adapt. While she has so much regret over the horrible and ugly things she did and said to Depp, she was only acting as a person in extreme emotional, psychological, and physical distress who felt that their life was at risk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here's the reality. What came out with a lot of this stuff, there's no evidence of him physically abusing her at all. The witness testimony,
nothing.
Police testimony.
There was a couple. I mean, the pictures of her with a half-ass black eye and things like that.
The iPhone imprint or whatever. Yeah. But there's lots of evidence of her, knowing she's being taped. By the way.
Yep.
Going,
I mean, there's
you're such a pussy, Johnny. Fight back.
There's admissions of it.
Not to mention, I think it's damning too when the security guys are going, okay, so protocol when we're out anywhere is to reserve a third room somewhere else on the floor of the hotel so that when he's trying to just get away from an unstable situation, he's got somewhere else to go.
Smart.
Where she can't get into it. That's the reality they were living in.
Yeah. Remove yourself from the situation.
Yeah. Which is what you're supposed to do. But she never wanted to. So this idea that she didn't instigate it, she was just reacting to it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Sometimes relationships are just fucking toxic. And it's a shame that it gets to that point, and love is blinding, and you stay in shit too long and for the wrong reasons. But it's just times.
You know why I
there's
stay
just
in
oil
too long?
and water. I mean, it doesn't even in those relationships can make people do things they never thought they would do.
Right.
Put people in situations they never thought they would do.
Yeah.
It just is. And you could say, oh, I've never hit a woman in my whole life. Till that bitch, I mean, or whatever.
Yeah.
Just because you've never been pushed that far, you've never been in that situation, you've never had that kind of toxicity.
This is going to sound
toxicity,
sexist and chauvinistic, perhaps, but I feel like in every relationship I've been in, I've never changed. Like I'm the same piece of shit I was from day one when you met me, when you were all into me.
Yeah.
And now 3 years later, you have a problem.
Yeah.
And it's like.
See, the problem you get too is that I think women have this hero complex with you. Like they want to save you. They think they're the one that can change.
But they've all failed.
Exactly. And so when it gets to that point and it hasn't worked, then they get frustrated and whatever happens. Like, I'm still a piece of shit. I was a piece of shit when you got me. So you're mad that you didn't get to change me. You weren't the one to flip the script.
Yeah.
But I'm still right here being a piece of shit.
Yeah. Never stop being a piece of shit.
You used to love me for being a piece of shit.
Yes, you did.
But now you resent me for it.
And now that's not fair.
Isn't that odd?
It's not fair.
No.
It's not fair.
I completely agree.
I've been steady as they come the whole way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never lied about who I was.
No, absolutely. We've talked about
absolute piece of garbage.
First ballot Hall of Fame.
Yeah. A piece of garbage day one. Fast forward 3 years. Same piece of garbage. Yeah. And now you got a problem.
Yeah. Well, listen, you came into this relationship thinking you could change me.
Yep.
I flat out said, no, you can't.
You can't.
This is it.
Yeah.
Love me or leave me.
You can settle.
Oh, no. I'm the one.
Yeah.
I can do it.
What's wrong with these chicks? When are they going to learn?
I don't know. I feel like I'm the same way. I'm the nicest asshole you'll ever meet.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I will.
You are. You're a big, lovable teddy bear.
Yeah. But I will.
Who will stand up for yourself and can fucking whoop ass when need be, but.
I will call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
So.
You're a little blunt for some people at times.
Again.
God forbid you catch you on a losing streak in poker or something.
I get a little grumpy at that point.
Yeah, a little grumpy. Troy turns into a grumpy. An Amber Heard in the bed.
Like George Carlin. Everybody loves my honesty until it's about them.
Yeah.
And then I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
So that's about it.
It's true.
It is absolutely
true. People don't like hearing what their faults are or what they need to work on.
It's ironic how that works out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
it's part of our human DNA, man.
It's true.
I think we're hardwired to act like that, and it takes actual work to go, okay, is this person being an asshole right now, or are they just telling me something I need to hear, and I need to just take that and go, thank you for that? I might fucking be red-assed for the next 30 seconds, literally. Mm-hmm. Earlier, you were talking about me putting my papers on your folder.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, dude, your folder's huge. You can find it. And it was like, no, okay. You know what? You asked me a simple thing. That's fine.
Yeah. See?
So I wanted to fucking shoot you in the face for 20 seconds.
Sure.
I didn't say anything.
I get it. I caught that.
But then I was like, all right, that's fine.
There.
But that's normally a spot where I would go, T, what's the big deal? So there's 10 pieces of paper on top of that. Just pull them off. No big deal. No harm, no foul. Why are you bringing this up for?
Because you set them down, and you could set them down anywhere.
There's not a ton of room.
Anywhere.
All right, I'm getting fired up again. God damn it. No,
that's it. Exactly. No, that's all. And that's I approach things, but I don't sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
I say it. I always try to come from a place of, being genuine and not attacking.
Yeah.
But just being blunt. That's it. Because I'm very A to B, as we know. I don't like to dick around.
Yeah.
And that just creates miscommunication a lot of times.
I've noticed this. If you go, T, I got to talk to you about something. You're like, awesome. What is it?
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. We can't start solving it until we.
Let's get at it.
For
sure.
But if you come to me and go, Mike, I got to talk to you about something, I'd be like, hold on.
I'm gonna take the dog out. I gotta take a shit.
Oh, no.
Yeah, hold on.
I do not want to have this conversation.
I gotta finish this text.
Who do you think you are? Shame on you, T. You know me better than this.
Yeah, that's all.
But I notice it's a better way of going about things.
It generally is. Keep things out in the open. That's all. I mean, you don't always. You may not want to hear it.
Yeah,
but you probably have to.
Yeah.
Just because you don't want to doesn't mean you don't need to.
Mm-hmm. You're very Joe Rogan-esque in this way, where
I'll take that.
Yeah, Rogan talks quite a bit about this, where he's like, sometimes I have to have difficult conversations, like especially when you're dealing with entertainers, comics, that kind of thing. A lot of them are really abusing drugs. They're partying every fucking night, all night.
Yeah.
After a show with fans and whatnot. Maybe they're eating like total shit and they're huge, and it's like, I'm not going to pretend that that's not happening to my friend. Yeah. And if I need to stop and go, hey, man, you know what? You need to bring this back a little bit. You're going to fucking die. You're 350 pounds. You're 150 pounds overweight. This isn't right. And he's like,
And I'm not calling you a fat piece of shit.
Even though you are a fat piece of shit.
But I'm coming at you as a friend and out of a place of concern.
And that's hard to hear for anyone.
I totally agree.
I get that, But
as being that person, it's a hard conversation to have.
Yeah.
And it's a hard way to be able to broach that constructively and without feeling attacked. Mm-hmm. So it's difficult on all ends. It's hard to hear it, but it's also hard to say it.
Yeah.
Actually, people think that it's just easy, like you just say whatever you want. Like, no, I have a conscience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not. I get it. I know this isn't going to be an easy conversation, and believe me, for as much as I say, it's probably less than 50% of what I want to say. Across the board,
that's great.
On my
that's
day
good
to
to know
day
next time you do it to
on
me.
my day-to-day basis.
You're coming in half loaded.
Well, no, and when I get to the point where I actually do say something, know that my tongue has been bitten multiple times before I got to that point, like Rogan. Like but it always comes from a place of love. It's never fuck you because I'm better. Or
I hope the listeners understand this, because there's been more than one occasion where you've said something to a listener.
Oh.
Where you're like bust their balls like,
Yeah.
oh, Mr. Overstays is welcome. Oh, yeah, we all know Mr. Overstays is welcome. And you're busting balls.
Yes.
You are 100%, but then they always circle back and email me and go, with like a fucking chapter in a book, like, dude, I feel like such an asshole now that Troy pointed it. I'm like, dude, he was so fucking around.
Yes.
He loves you guys. He does it to me all the time.
And generally,
but I know him.
For the most part, you know when I'm serious and when I'm not.
Yeah.
If I'm just fucking around, throwing just shit around, I'm just talking shit.
Yeah.
If I'm serious, you'll know.
Yeah.
you'll generally know when I mean it.
That's very true.
So
very
if you have to wonder, I was fucking around.
Yeah.
If you have any question in your mind, I was just fucking around. Busting balls, because that's what I'm good at.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all good at it. But listeners,
Yeah.
I think especially you don't see them that often, and they love, the people that love this show, and they want to be accepted and liked by you, and that's the feeling I get. Like they're very genuine, and so even when you poke the bear just a little bit, they're like, "Fuck, man, I made an ass of myself," and T pointed it out. It's like, no, dude.
You also got to know too
fine.
that this is not my bread and butter.
Yeah.
I've been a construction worker for 30 years. Like you bust balls or you get your balls busted.
Right.
And
right.
I've owned the ball busting department for 30 years. So
Yeah.
I pride myself on that.
Going back to Amber Heard.
Turd?
Yes. Grumpy. So grumpy. She left a grumpy in the bed. Are you one of those? You one of those people? Because I'm not. Like, I believe in second chances, but the thing that I get from her is, this is a girl who was super smoking hot, probably in second grade, and has been her whole life.
Sure.
And so, based on that, everyone in her orbit has been kissing her ass since she was a little girl. Now you throw a little popularity and fame on top of that. You turn into a monster. I don't know if there's coming back from that.
Probably not.
So, like,
especially
her career,
from this public shitting
Yeah.
that she's taking, no pun intended. I don't know that there's a comeback from this. And as hot as she is,
I don't think she's that hot. But
I don't think so. I get it, of course.
Yeah.
And you can doll her up and make her fucking look great.
Right.
And she's average at best in the Hollywood world.
Yeah.
But what I've never, ever heard is, fuck, what an amazing actress.
Yeah.
That girl, whoo!
Yeah.
She stole that scene.
Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
Meryl Streep. Amber Heard walked up and said, "Hold my beer."
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That
no.
I've never heard. No
Yeah.
pun intended. But so bitches like that are a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
A dime a dozen. However it was that came about that she got her break,
Yeah.
there's 5 million
Amber Heards.
right behind her
Yeah.
waiting to eat her fucking lunch.
Yeah. I don't remember Aqua. I saw it. I don't even remember what her role was in it. Honestly,
I couldn't name one role she's ever been in.
No.
Ever.
No.
I haven't seen Aquaman, couldn't give a shit.
I don't like the idea of destroying someone's career. They should never work again, even though she was plenty cool with that happening to Johnny Depp.
Of course.
By the way.
Ironic.
I don't have any ill will. It would be nice if you just went into the background for a little while.
Yeah.
But you start doing the national media
Sit
tour
down,
that's
relax,
picked up
wait for a
global.
Lifetime fucking movie.
You'll
be fine.
And to reflect, these are a jury of your peers that listen to your testimony with your lawyers, and they listen to Johnny Depp, and they overwhelmingly went, "That bitch is crazy." All of social media watched that trial and went, "That bitch is crazy."
I made the comment earlier that she should never work again in Hollywood. And it has nothing to do with shitting in the bed or any of it. It was because of that fucking pathetic performance that she put onto the stand. Every aspect of what she did was garbage.
Yeah.
If you think that you're actually an actor,
a
thespian, if you will, and that was the turd, again, no pun intended, that you laid on the stand.
Gee, it was a grumpy.
Everyone, she should never be able, audition for a part ever again.
Yeah.
Let's just look at that and go, my dog was stung by a bee. whatever the fuck that whole thing was.
Yeah,
I don't even know. I mean, you just I saw bits and pieces all over.
The one too of like smiling with your lawyer.
Oh yeah, when she forgot, when she remembered she had to be sad.
Yeah, and on camera. Oh, this idea of recoiling in her seat because she's scared of Johnny Depp.
Oh my God, that one when she was walking off the stand and Johnny was coming up and she was like,
hopefully he won't beat me in the courtroom. Like, really, bitch? Really? Just bad acting. You know, and who knows if she was with Johnny Depp? I imagine Johnny Depp has enough pull.
I hope she gets a Razzie for it.
Yeah,
would that be awesome if she gets a Razzie for her
performance
on the stand?
That'd be awesome.
Fucking perfect. I nominate her immediately.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one.
Hey,
yeah.
This part of the show is brought to you by Your Insurance Expert. Are you paying too much for health insurance? Are you uninsured? Health insurance can be confusing. Nick Matthews from Your Insurance Expert is an expert in health insurance, life insurance, and Medicare supplements, so you don't have to be. Call Nick Matthews at 248-914-1173. Again, that's 248-914-1173. Nick Matthews, the guy.
So, if
I had $1 million,
I'd be rich. If Don Jr., Donald Trump Jr., had a diary and he left it somewhere, kind of like Hunter Biden's laptop.
Yeah.
And a few weeks goes by, someone finds it and then sells it to the press.
Yep.
And it had salacious shit in it. Do you think anyone would go after the individual who found it and sold it?
Oh, I wouldn't think so. I think it would be front page of everything.
Yeah. And it'd be dissected for months and months.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They would probably actually win a Pulitzer.
Right. For investigative journalism.
Yes, exactly.
Finest.
Yep.
I asked that question because this happened in the reverse, meaning I think we were asking the other day, did Dr. Jill and Joe have a kid?
Yeah.
But weren't we asking ourselves that? Like, I don't know if they actually had a kid or if they just came in like Brady Bunch style with different marriages.
I don't remember that conversation per se.
It might have been off the air with someone else.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember shit. But Ashley Biden is their one child.
That is the actual Dr. Jill and Soup's offspring?
And Soup's offspring. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
She's kind of hot, too.
Okay.
And she's a fucking sex pervert.
Yeah.
Fiend.
Right?
Yeah. His whole family's so fucked up. I mean, so fucked up. All of them.
Yeah.
Except the one that died, Bo. Bo seems like he was an upstanding dude.
We don't know.
Is that an all-white squirrel on the front lawn or something?
Dude, yeah, we've been getting them lately.
What is that?
Yeah, the white tail. Fuck yeah. Dude, I'm telling you.
Is that just a tail I'm seeing, or is that a full thing?
Listen, I thought the neighborhood was going to shit last year when all of a sudden all the squirrels were black.
Yeah.
And now we got the albinos back.
Yeah. First time I ever saw a
I've seen
black
'em.
squirrel, I was watching a football game with Deuced, and one went running across the lawn. He goes, there goes the neighborhood.
I know. It's the low-hanging fruit, of course. But I've seen those more and more. I'm going to fucking snap a picture and share this for the people. Carry on.
Yeah. So there's a woman in Florida who found Ashley Biden's private diary. She's now being investigated by the FBI, not for stealing the journal, but for selling it. The contents of it are pretty explosive. They include Ashley's speculation that showering with her dad, then Senator Joe Biden, as a young girl may have contributed to her sex addiction. I don't know how that would work exactly, but who knows? I remember having sex with friends at a young age, showers with my dad, probably not appropriate.
Yeah. I mean, are we talking as someone with daughters, well, actually, we never, ever showered together, but obviously I bathed them as children because that's what I do as a father.
Yeah. To what age? Like 19?
Right? Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, once I had to start shaving her box, I passed.
You bowed out?
Yeah. No. I don't know an age. I mean, but yeah, like 2, 3, 4, 5, you know
6,
what I mean?
7,
like
8?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like yeah.
I mean, my sister's
But again,
watching,
I know. Yeah, well, I mean,
Madison and
here,
Reed.
I'll give you the answer. It was until the point that they could bathe themselves, I guess, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, I got this, Dad. No. I'll take care of it. Yeah. I got this.
My brother was telling me about one time he was taking a shower, and he gets out of his shower, and Marcy is, I don't know how old he is, 3 or 4, comes running up to give Dad a hug, and he's at cock and asshole.
Yeah, right
height,
there.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
And he just walked up,
banged him in the eye.
He just went right on his dickhead. And G was like, what the fuck, man?
I know you don't think that's weird, but fuck. That just creeped me the shit out.
He just came running up, hugged him, went right on his helmet. G was like, dude, you can't do that, son. Kids, they're fucking hilarious. So Ashley, she had a stint in rehab. And she lived in a Palm Beach home, often used by recovering addicts, as a halfway,
halfway house.
Yeah, sort of thing. And she left her diary there when she moved back to Philadelphia in June of 2020. So the single mother, Amy Harris, 39 years old, fresh out of rehab, moves in weeks later and finds it under the mattress. This diary.
How ironic.
Yeah. Harris showed the diary at a Republican fundraising event and sold it for $40,000 to Project Veritas.
Who else?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, they're, as far as I can tell, they're one of the few outlets out there actually doing journalism. Seeking out stories and undercover. Some of their shit. I get it. Why people be like, oh, this is slimy tactics. But hey.
Well, no. But the only thing I will say about that is, are they doing it real legitimately? And I mean, you can argue the tactics or whatever, but just like anything else, their focus is pointed one way for the most part.
Yeah.
So you take that with a grain of salt, but it's like Fox News.
Sure.
Whether they're right or they're wrong, they're attacking the left.
They have
defending
their
their side.
position.
So
yes.
Veritas has a history of sort of defending one side. Now they're not wrong in what they're doing, but it makes an easy target if you start mixing in a little bit of.
I like seeing someone like Project Veritas. It kind of reminds me of Charlie LaDuff in a way. Guys that are boots on the ground, not afraid to fucking stir up shit.
Yeah.
Not afraid to get dirty. Not afraid to.
I totally agree.
You know what I mean?
I said, but they would give themselves a lot more credibility if their target audience was equal. If they attack both sides, because everybody's guilty.
Yeah.
It just depends on what you want to go after and what
Wasn't
you
that kind of
choose
like
to report
WikiLeaks?
on.
WikiLeaks was doing
That
that.
was sort of the point of it.
Yeah.
I would think exactly. It was just sort of supposed to be the truth,
but
which is what it's all about.
Here's the reason I like Project Veritas and their work, and if you can prove to me that they've been full of shit on stuff, I'm glad to look at it.
Yeah.
I've looked into some of those.
No, I haven't seen anything that they're wrong about. All
Yeah.
I'm saying is that it seems to be slanted in one direction. That's the
here's
only.
Here's the problem I have with the press on stuff. They're like, not to bring up Hunter's laptop, but when they finally did get around to verifying the authenticity of that laptop, they stopped it there. They weren't interested in looking at what the contents of that laptop, and they're damning.
It was legit, but it doesn't matter
It was
what
legit,
was on it.
but we're not going to report on any of its contents.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Since when would you do that for a sitting president's kid, especially when the sitting president's name is intertwined and all this? You just wouldn't. So for someone like, if that had been Trump, by the way, the coverage would be unrelenting. It would be nonstop, constant. It would be January 6th every day.
Yeah.
That's just the reality. And so not many outlets are out there actually doing anything on the other side.
Yeah.
And so I respect that, where it's like, do I really give a shit what Ashley Biden, what's in her diary? No. But,
Unless it's damning.
It's, unless you're going to try to pin him as a pedophile
bit
for showering with his
times, but
would it be weird for a dad to be showering with his 11, 12-year-old daughter? Seems weird.
it is. As a dad with daughters, yeah, it's weird.
But
again, I didn't shower with them when they were 2.
Yeah.
When they were like giving them a bath or whatever. And maybe he's so fucking green that they were just conserving water.
Right.
What do I know?
Sure.
What do I know?
Sure. So anyways, the president's daughter wrote that she was hypersexualized at a young age, details her chronic drug abuse, affairs outside her marriage, how her finances were down to the wire and how she made Joe cry with worry over her ahead of the Democratic primary debate. Her writings also show she may have been using drugs while helping campaign for her father's presidential bid in 2019. It was published on a right-wing news site less than 2 weeks before the election, but received little attention at the time.
Odd.
Shocker. Does that shock
Sort of like
anyone?
the laptop?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
right before the election,
Yeah.
the diary and the laptop came out.
Showing that his family are literally garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other way. Look, hey, I've had my own issues.
Yeah.
Right.
But is it newsworthy for what's about to potentially be your next president? Yes.
Yeah.
On any level, yes. No matter
Yeah.
which side it is, yes. If
Hunters
this
is where I have a problem.
again, of course, because that went above and beyond.
Shows
that was beyond negligent. That was malicious. That was criminal. In all honesty, of how that all went down.
Yeah.
Suspending was it the Post or
New York
Times?
Post.
The Post. It was the
Post,
Post. Suspending their Twitter.
Yeah, for
over
2
it,
weeks.
Which just about 2 weeks before the election, we're going to
Yeah.
suspend you for 2 weeks.
Oh, and then they banned anyone who tried to share that story. The story wouldn't come up.
Yeah. And so when you want to talk about whether or not there was any sort of fraud in the election process of the balloting and whatever is what it is or isn't, I don't know. I'm not getting into that.
Yeah.
But you don't think that influenced on some level?
Oh, of course it did.
Right. So
There's been polls about that.
Don't act like this was the freest and fairest election of all time.
How dare you?
Oh, you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
The feds aren't saying it was illegal to find the diary. Really? Thanks for clarifying that. So finding the diary wasn't illegal, nor are they saying Amy stole anything. But it's her selling the property of another that can be considered a crime. And the fact that Ashley is the president's daughter kicks it to a different legal level. Why?
Oh.
Why?
Rules for thee, not for me.
Yeah, what the hell does that even mean? Oh, so the president's daughter
Somehow it's a bigger crime.
it's a bigger crime because
Now it's federal.
This moron, like her fucking retarded brother,
Yeah.
cokehead, crackhead brother, dumps 3 laptops, forgets about him for a year and a half, and this comes out. It's not his property anymore. This moron leaves details about her shit father
Yep.
all over her sex and drug addiction and everything else, cheating galore.
Let me ask you this. If I take this piece of paper and I walk down the street with it and I either drop it inadvertently or I throw it on the ground, I don't think that potentially matters either way.
Yeah.
And somebody else picks it up. Is that mine? Am I the rightful owner of that? If they pick that up, are they breaking a
let's
law?
do it if it's $100 bill.
Fair, even better. Yes.
Does someone that picks that $100 bill up, do
Yep.
they have an obligation to report it to the police that they found it here and there's a time window?
You have to find the rightful owner of it.
Or that they've got, 72 hours to make a claim on it, otherwise it goes back to you.
Yeah.
I don't know how that all works.
Whatever. If somebody drops a cheeseburger and I pick it up and eat it,
Yeah. Is that
am I
theft?
breaking a law?
I don't think so. So for her,
Because what I will say, that was fabulous.
nice.
Well done.
I hope people were watching that.
I'm going to go back to the finders, keepers, losers, weepers defense.
Okay, that's a
on
great
this.
defense.
It's a great defense.
It's a time-honored one.
Yeah. Stood the test of time.
Yeah. I would say there's a giant difference between, say you're hanging out with Ashley Biden and you guys are partying at her place and you find the diary and take it
Yep.
and sell it to Project Veritas. That's different than this moron just leaves it under a mattress
Yeah.
at rehab, and weeks later,
Finding it,
someone
right.
finds it,
Right.
and is thumbing through it and be like, "Oh my God, is this Ashley Biden we're talking about
Yeah.
here?" And then goes, "Who wants it?
Yeah.
Highest offer." She's raising 2 kids. She's already got a drug and alcohol problem.
Yeah.
She's 39 years old, single. She can make a quick 40 grand.
Right.
Project Veritas is like, yeah, here you go. Here's
You know, even the quarter on the street is perfect analogy of that. I'm curious.
The what?
Like drop. Well, you said the $100 bill, but
Yeah.
let's be realistic. If you drop a quarter, pulling your keys out of your pocket, and there's a quarter on the ground,
Yeah.
is that your possession? Is that yours? What's the protocol?
No, but
if
there's
somebody
something
finds it.
There's something way more personal about someone's written word.
I don't. I mean, it's still yours. Is it? I mean, I guess there's intellectual property issues that could possibly come into play here.
Yeah.
But that's it. I don't know.
I don't know how that works. Like, say she found it and it's got a lock and key.
I mean, I guess
to
if
it.
you lose, if your dog runs away, you can't just take it.
No.
Take it, make it yours. Why find it? Finders, keepers, losers, weepers. So I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's weird that they're investigating this.
How did they know whose it was?
That was
like-
Ashley Biden's?
Yeah, I mean, does it have her name in it?
Must have.
I mean, you know what I mean?
There
Like,
must have been so many
If this is such a
details.
weird disconnect of how it was found,
Yeah.
Later
well,
down the
obviously, the
line.
girl that found it was able to read a couple pages and figure out who it was.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You
Like,
know? And then
how did
someone like Project Veritas could easily cross-reference with, and figure out
Timelines and all
timelines and go,
different
oh
shit,
yeah,
yeah.
that's where she was in rehab.
verify it? But
That's the halfway house she was staying at.
right,
Ashley is the youngest of Biden's children and the only one from his marriage to elder abuser Joe Biden. In an entry on January 30th, Ashley wrote about her sex addiction the day before her Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. I have always been boy crazy, and she's kind of hot, dude.
yeah, right.
So she's ready to go always.
Fucking gamer.
Yeah, love that about her. Of
course.
she's not going to be loyal to you at all.
Okay.
but whatever.
We can negotiate.
Hypersexualized at a young age. I remember somewhat being sexualized with a family member.
Hunter, perhaps.
I remember having sex with friends at a young age, showers with my dad, probably not appropriate. According to her interest, she was having affairs with men other than her husband, Surgeon Howard Krein. Here I am talking about another man when I'm married. It all feels strange. Started hanging out with a new guy. It's been refreshing to be able to kiss another man. Why am I feeling this way? And do I need more time to try and figure it out? Does this mean that I am still into my husband? When asked for comment, a representative for Ashley Biden said, "We refuse to engage with an inquiry like this, which simply doesn't merit a response." The president's daughter has a long history of drug arrests and scandals. She was arrested in '99. And they should just scrap this. Whenever it's like she was busted with weed,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
well, right.
long history of drug, blah blah blah. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. You got caught with weed at 19 years old. Who cares?
Well,
She was busted for underage drinking 2 years later. She was issued a bench warrant, failed to show up to the hearing.
I still stand by the fact that it was illegal when you did it.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I
my
know.
that's
But
my stand.
I
Which
will
is odd
stand
and
by it
ironic
should have
and
never
all.
been illegal, and it was
That's fair.
fucking illegal, the reason it was made illegal.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
But that doesn't change the rules of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they want to let everybody out that ever had a weed fucking charge on them. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they knew what they were doing. It was illegal at the time. Now it's legal, you know.
Yeah.
So if you bought your time, you'd have been all set.
Yeah.
But you broke the law at the time and you got charged at the time. So it is what it is. I mean, maybe you work something out, but that's my belief, which is odd
Yeah.
from this position.
It is.
But that's my belief.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I know,
It's
because
right and wrong laws are there.
Well,
and-
I mean, listen, I've known every law that I've broken,
yeah.
and I've known the risk and I've known the consequences.
Yeah.
And if I ever gotten caught for any of it, which I didn't, I would accept those fucking consequences.
I believe you would.
But you know, if you don't want to get caught, be better.
Yeah, that's fair. I always wonder when these guys, like these inner city guys that keep getting busted with a gun over and over and over.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, dude? How do you not avoid?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a tricky one too, because you probably got to have a gun in
Yeah.
the hood to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Because you never know when shit's gonna pop off.
True.
So that's an odd. I don't think it's just. I don't think it's right. But the reality of the situation is, if you're not supposed to have a gun, you get popped with a gun. Mm-hmm. Okay.
March 2009, an anonymous informant approached the New York Post with a video they claimed showed Ashley snorting coke at a party in Delaware. The paper declined to purchase the video, but did run a story about it. In the video, a woman resembling Ashley snorted lines of white powder on a desk through a red straw and later shouted, "Shut the fuck up," to the other people in the room. At one point, she pretty much complains that the line isn't big enough.
Party
And then
with
she
this chick.
talks about her dad.
Oh, boy.
Why would you decline? I want to see that video.
Yeah, I want to party with that fucking girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Google her.
Do a rail.
Duck, duck, go her.
We've looked at her, but
Have we?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ashley Biden we have?
Yes.
She's not great, but when you know she's a fiend.
Oh, right. I mean, she's a partier. She's down with the fucking sax.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, she's...
That family is so fucked up. I know people like to blast Trump's family, but if Eric or Ivanka or Don Jr. did 1/1,000,000th of what the Biden children have been doing,
Oh, my God. It would be
Holy
fucking...
shit.
It would be all over the place. Oh, fuck off. I don't know what this is, but... Yeah, I mean, that's...
Right.
that is absolutely in play.
yeah, right.
Oh, come on. Get this fucking thing out of here.
Subscribe, get the fuck out of here.
Fuck off. Ah, come on. That's what you're going to give me, you piece of shit.
Yeah, these hiding behind paywall things. Forget it. I'm out.
Fuck off. I'm out. You
Not doing
lost. Trust me. You'd bang her.
Yeah, you would. Take
Yeah.
our word for it. You all have Google
Yeah,
machines.
look it up.
Use
Look it up.
Use
We
your own
just
Google
got screwed
machines.
there. It was totally up, and then they gave me that fucking pop-up use.
Piece of shit who's now dead.
Whoa.
In L.A. killed 2 cops. I don't know if you heard about this.
Keep going.
He killed 2 Southern California police officers in a motel shootout Tuesday night.
Okay.
Was on probation for a prior gun charge. The illegal handgun charge was handed to 35-year-old Justin Flores, a career criminal.
Well, let's go back to that conversation we just had about having a gun and getting busted with a gun.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm doing this story now.
Ironic how
Yeah.
that snowball rolls downhill.
He was he's a career criminal. In 2020, as part of a lenient plea deal made possible by lax prosecution laws from the local DA, Flores was killed during the confrontation with cops, which transpired after officers responded to a call of a stabbing at the Scenic Motel in El Monte, small suburb around LA. Source familiar with the matter said that the officers, Michael Paredes and Officer Joseph Santana, they walked up, knocked on the door, and started taking fire.
Ooh,
Yep.
coming out hot.
Yep. They both died in the shootout. It's since been revealed that Flores possessed a lengthy rap sheet for offenses stretching back more than a decade at the time of the shooting and had been prohibited from carrying a gun since 2011. Wait. So if he was prohibited from carrying a gun starting in 2011, how the hell did he have a gun to shoot these
It's weird how that
cops
works, isn't it?
in 2022? That doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense. It should not even be possible.
Yeah. I mean, tell me what I'm missing. He had been prohibited from carrying a gun since 2011.
Yeah, I don't know.
The case
How's
has...
that even possible?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's like these school shootings, too, where it's like gun-free zone.
Yep.
How the hell?
How could you possibly get a gun-free zone, a gun into a gun-free zone?
I don't know.
mean,
and
you
no one
just-
can explain that to me
Just
either.
breaking regs, soldier.
Yeah, it's weird.
know how
It's
that works.
Very, very weird. The case has sparked outrage with many criticizing shitbag district attorney George Gascon for his woke policies that saw Flores out of jail at the time of the shooting. Last year, he was already on parole for pleading guilty to being a felon in possession of a firearm, a felony charge that should have sent him back to prison for a minimum of 3 years. However, because of Gascon, he received the bare minimum sentence of 2 years probation, 20 days in jail. By the way, guys are rushing to get plea deals done because this dude's going to get tossed.
Yeah, hurry up and get your shit while you can.
Yes. One guy said he's going to tattoo Gascon's name on his forehead when he gets out.
Yeah. Whoever comes in next,
Yeah.
which will be someone else,
Yeah.
should absolutely, first order of business, start re-fucking trying cases.
Yeah.
Or start going through the case file and seeing what went horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Because that's why that person's being put in there.
Yeah.
Not just going forward. Let's fucking correct all the mistakes that have been made over
Yeah.
how many years this has been.
Well, it's incredible if you think about it. The woke policies that, these people are
Bail
having-
reform is...
Bail reform or these
Jesus
George
Christ.
Soros funded, and backed DAs. Like, he knows.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
It's not
maybe
fair.
I
This guy
can't
with
do
7 gun charges can't afford a $400,000 bail. It's not fair.
Yeah, it's not right. So
No.
he keeps funding these, and he's filled 75 seats in district attorney offices, put district attorneys in all over the country. They're in almost every major city. Chesa Boudin in San Francisco,
Next.
blown the fuck out. He got recalled last week.
Yeah, they just had the vote.
They just had the vote,
Right.
and he lost. Liberals in California voted overwhelmingly to boot that pile
Especially
of shit
San
out of
Fran.
office.
I know, like I said, I know arguably the biggest libtard in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And is like, I don't even lock my shit anymore. I leave my windows down and my car unlocked because they will just, once a week, my windows were getting broken.
Yeah.
Because they would just go through my shit. And if
Yeah.
I had a quarter in my ashtray, they would take the fucking quarter.
Yeah.
Because it's all decriminalized.
Yep.
Just like the shoplifting.
Well, they're changing that.
Fucking A. It's about time.
And Chesa Boudin blames everybody, exactly.
Yeah, right. This is
double
yours.
middle fingers, bro.
Right to you.
Nice job.
You're the problem.
You are the
Yes.
problem.
Okay,
it's
great.
not even close.
Right. An addict that's gotten busted, 9 times for a bullshit possession or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
Let's talk. That's fine.
Yeah.
When you start talking about these murder and rape and assault and gun charges,
Yeah.
these people are getting off with nothing and no bail and right back onto the street.
They're not even reaching out to the victims. Like your son and your kid, your whatever gets murdered by one of these monsters.
Yeah.
Their whole press conference is talking about what led to, what this poor guy was going through that led him to this point to murder someone.
Right.
They don't even reach out to the family
Yeah.
out of respect to go, hey, here's what we're thinking about doing. What does that make you feel like? Yeah. Because families will go, I don't feel safe.
because that would
with him back on the
work
streets.
0% of the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Even the
So-
biggest libtard in the world would be like, fry that fucker.
Yeah.
Chop his dick off.
Yeah. It's just embarrassing. It's sad.
It is.
I mean, this
It
is
is.
it's such a
Horrible
beautiful
that that's
state,
where we
and
are.
it's unrecognizable to what I remember in so many ways.
Yeah.
And LA's not much better.
Well, it's scary because everything starts on the coast here, New York and LA,
Yeah.
in New York and California.
Yeah.
That's where it starts and it goes from there. So this is a precedent I'm
Yeah.
terrified of.
Yeah.
This
It's a great
should
point.
not spread from there.
You're talking about school policies or fashion
All of
trends
it.
or music trends.
Yes.
So
Normally,
maybe
right.
crime. Yeah.
Whatever, that's where it starts and it goes from there.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping this one gets nipped in the bud.
Well, the day before the shooting, Flores was requested by his parole officer to appear in court due to a probation violation incurred after his girlfriend reported he'd beat the shit out of her. Flores, however, was not taken into custody. So the next day, he was still out and able to shoot and kill two young cops.
Perfect.
The sentence is in accordance. Gascon is back. His office is backing this, by the way.
I want to make a was it Beauty and the Beast? Song about this. No one lives like Gaston, don't like Gaston. We should make a song about
Okay.
Gaston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the? See, I don't think I've ever seen Beauty and the Beast. You're on an island here.
The people know what I'm talking
Oh
about.
yeah, I guarantee.
Gaston was the fucking super macho guy.
the Beast.
No, not the Beast.
Okay.
No. The one that was trying to get the bitch and then the Beast banged her and stole her.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. Sounds like a good movie.
It's a great movie.
Is it really?
Yeah, absolutely. They're like talking teacups and shit. It's fucking great.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, Beauty and the Beast is right up your alley. It's
Yeah.
inspirational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been there
Give
for a
you hope.
while. Yeah. The sentence is in accordance with the policies of Gascon, who's been vocal about his belief that the criminal justice system needs to focus more on intervention and rehab than incarceration. Blasting tough on crime policies is racist and a failure. This guy thinks he's living in a made-for-TV
Let me know.
movie.
Let me know where the assault and the gun charges come into play with the rehab.
Yeah.
Ass bag.
Yeah.
Fine. Like I said,
Doesn't
the
make
dude.
any
Yeah.
sense,
The
man.
junkies that keep getting busted for possession. Of course, they're
Yeah.
victims.
Yeah.
They're not the problem. They're the victims. 100%. Let's tweak the system for that. But that's not what's happening.
Yeah.
It's going across the board. You're seeing it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Where these lifelong criminals with violent pasts
Yeah.
are being just shuffled through the system and let go.
That's why they're
because
bragging
it's
in
not fair. They have to pay bail.
they're bragging in all their jailhouse calls to family members.
Right.
They're like, I'm going to be out in no time. He's eliminated 3 strikes laws. That, by the way, that's illegal to do. I think a judge struck that down because that was voted on by the citizens of California.
Oh,
the
yeah.
3 strikes law.
Yeah.
You know, you think of California now, but California was not. They were against gay marriage in 2008, Prop 8, and the 3 strikes rule. That they were the only state that did that originally. I don't know if it's gone anywhere else.
I'm not aware of it. No.
Yeah, but that was voted on by the people, and like,
and again, those
get
those
3
are
strikes.
felonies. That's not like 3 misdemeanors. That's not like a couple slaps on the wrist. That's 3 fucking felonies.
Exactly.
And 3 separate terms. It's not like you get busted for 3 at one time.
Right.
And they count as 3 strikes. No, it's literally like 3 separate incidents as far as I'm concerned. And
yeah,
okay. If you didn't figure it out the first time, and then you got your second, and then you went and got your third. Now again, like I said, some of those where it's like the gun ones.
Well, so the ones that I had a problem
with. Possession of a gun and use of a gun are 2 different things, in my opinion. Having a gun and using a gun.
Illegally having a gun?
Well, yes and no. Yes. So I mean, if you get pulled over and you just have a gun, that's not necessarily. I mean, it's a crime in some point. But if you
it is.
Okay, but my point is, if for whatever reason you can't have a gun, it seems like you should be able to get a gun. I mean, at this point, yes. But even besides that, if you're not using the gun for a crime, okay, if you just have a gun that might be illegal. You bought a gun off the street, so you had it for your, let's just say in the hood. All right? I mean, that's what we're talking about, essentially. You have a gun to protect yourself. Maybe to commit a crime, maybe to protect yourself, I don't know. But let's say the first time you get popped and they find the illegal gun, you get hit. Okay? Now, at that point, you probably can't go get a real gun.
Right.
Okay? But you still need a gun. But again, you haven't used this gun in a crime.
Well, if you pull it on someone, that's armed.
Yeah, no, I understand. That's what I'm not saying, but I'm talking about like being pulled over and finding a gun in your car, like which is a lot of these possessions are from.
Yeah,
it's not used because those are tied to other crimes when you're using it in a crime. That's not what I'm talking about. If you use it in a crime one time, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Period. End of story. What I'm talking about is the circumstantial ones, sort of like the junkies in this situation where they're more the victims, okay? So maybe you have a gun that's illegal, for however you had it, right? But you're trying to do good, but you're living in a hood where everybody's got a gun and you got to protect yourself, okay? Because that's a reality for a lot of people. Just is. Agree with it or not, just is.
Yeah.
So having the gun, in my opinion, isn't a crime, even if it's illegal. Right? I mean, to a certain degree it is, but that not necessarily. If you're not using it to commit a crime, then it shouldn't be necessarily a felony issue. Because if for whatever reason you needed that gun to protect yourself, and you couldn't get it by legal means, okay. Now the first time that happens, there's your first strike.
Yeah.
And now, even if you learned your lesson, I shouldn't have had a fucking illegal gun. And I can't even go get a legal gun.
Right, yeah.
Right? Again, so if now you get busted again, pulled over, let's just say, I'm not saying that this is somebody like robbing a liquor store. I'm saying this is somebody pulled over for a fucking parking ticket, whatever.
Yeah,
and,
it's a felony.
And caught with a gun,
right?
Illegal gun, there's another one. Well, you couldn't have gotten a legal one if you wanted to at that point because you already had a felony.
Yeah.
From the first one.
Yep.
So those are circumstances where I would differentiate.
The 3 strikes law, the problem I have with it and always have had with it is felony distribution, right? This was big at the time, crack.
Yeah.
So you got some punk on the corner selling crack, gets busted by the cops, gets out, starts selling crack. That's all he knows.
Yeah.
And 3 times, and now he goes to prison for life?
Okay, well.
That's shit.
I mean, listen,
shitty.
Just because that's all you know doesn't mean that's all you can do.
Oh, come on.
No.
Don't give me the pull yourself up by the bootstraps.
Listen.
That's not the reality in a lot of those neighborhoods.
Okay.
You know that.
It is or it isn't.
It isn't.
Listen, okay. I'm not saying that it's across the board, but people make their own choices.
Yeah.
They fucking make their own choices. And you get that second one, you might want to consider changing something. You might want to throw an application into a McDonald's. I'm just fucking saying. All right? I mean,
the reality of that is zero.
But the percentage of that, you're talking about choice. Those people make a conscious decision.
Culture. That you're talking about culture war stuff.
Well,
it's way bigger than just like.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
If you have no one,
you get busted for that third one. I have no sympathy for you. I really don't.
Think about Think about the position that some of these kids are growing up in, where it's like you don't have anybody you can look up to who got out of your position and became.
Careful. Careful.
Why?
Because everybody that lives in that neighborhood just sells crack and becomes nothing?
No, of course not.
Okay, well.
I'm talking about majorities. I'm not talking about the 20 and the 10 and 10. The majority of those people don't have people they can look up to and go, oh, my uncle's a successful lawyer, and I'm going to take the track he took. You would admit there's not a shit ton of role models in the heart of the hood in some of the hardest hit areas in the country.
It's not about role models. It's about knowing right from wrong. And just because that's your environment does not mean...
Yeah, but teaching someone right from wrong, where are you getting that?
So anybody that lives in that environment would be shit.
No.
And nobody would come out. I'm just saying, you make conscious decisions. You make those decisions. It's easier to go back to that than it is to work your ass off to get out of it. It is. You know, some people are blessed with being amazing athletes and different, or fucking brilliant, or whatever it is that find their way out on their own, and it becomes easy.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, it's just easier that way. And when it comes down to your second one, you realize, okay, if I go back on that corner making dog shit, selling fucking slinging rock for the guy upstairs, I'm gonna catch my third strike, or. You know, I mean, of course, there's gang affiliations. There, you can argue, specifics of it. But the reality of the situation is, it's just because that's what you know doesn't mean that that's all there is.
I think that's a tall ask.
Okay, well,
to get yourself out of that situation.
Okay,
it is.
I'm not saying it's easy.
Yeah,
but it's not impossible.
No, of course it's not impossible.
So it's easier to just keep going slinging the rocks than it is to fucking work your ass off to do something different to get out of it.
I'm just saying, when you've got an 18-year-old and you throw that life away because he was selling drugs, 18-year-olds, their fucking mind isn't even fully developed yet. And so at that point, that's where I don't have a problem. If you rob a liquor store with a gun 3 times, and they want to throw you for life,
perfect.
Good.
Okay. Like
whatever.
I said, there's differences.
You haven't learned the lesson.
I agree. There's differences. I'm saying that. But the bullshit kid on the corner is a terrible example.
But those happen. The kid selling acid at the Dead Show.
But that's my point. I'm defending that. That's what I'm saying. Like, the guy that's carrying a gun but not using it to commit a crime is bullshit. I'm defending the fucking asshole on the corner.
Does your guy have the gun in his waistband, or is it in the car?
It wouldn't matter.
I think having it on you when you're going,
wouldn't matter. Listen, if you need to carry a gun, having it in the car isn't going to save your life. Having it in your waistband might. Okay? Having it in your waistband doesn't mean you're going to go rob a liquor store. Having it in your waistband means if you get jacked, you might have a chance to fucking live.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that it's automatic, and I'll defend the guy that's the peanut on the corner that's selling the fucking bags.
Yeah.
But I'm also saying that he's got a choice. Okay?
Yeah.
He does. He does have a choice.
That.
It's easier to go back to it than it is. But to say that they don't have role models that's just easy, and that's just lazy, and that's perpetuating the fucking problem. That's what.
Oh, I think for the vast majority of them, that they struggle with in those cases, shit school systems.
The problem is because that's what's glamorized. That's what the guys that have money and have power and have influence are the fucking drug dealers, are the gang members.
Yeah, right.
In that situation, of course. I get it, but it
should be easy to look at a career piece of shit like this, who's got this felony gun possession.
It's not apples to apples.
And the point is, if the 3 strikes law was applied here, this guy would have been in prison.
Yep.
And he wouldn't have been able to murder 2 LA cops.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But there you go with Gascon. And they've gotten the votes now. They've gotten the signatures that they need. And they're trying to jack up as many, because they'll go through that with a fine-tooth comb and see if any of those are fake.
Yeah.
How many of them are fake. They've already gotten over the threshold to recall this guy, and it'll probably come in July or some shit. But they're going to blow this dude out,
Yeah. And the kid selling on the corner. Listen, cops know what the fuck's going on.
Of course.
They know that he's a pawn. And they try to flip them and they won't, right? But that's not a violent crime, right? It's a big difference between that sort of a felony and a violent crime felony.
Yeah.
And there's a bit, just like there's a big
back in the
difference
day was
between
totally
a
different.
possession, a gun possession felony,
Yeah.
and being used in a crime.
But don't you think they don't care as much anymore? Maybe they do, but cops are not interested, especially in the climate we're in today. Not that they won't bust people, but cops are not interested in going around neighborhoods and just harassing teenagers slinging bags.
I couldn't tell you one way or the other. To be honest with
I'm
you.
pretty sure that they're not. Obviously, they are on some level, but not like they were in the 80s and 90s.
Well, that's a different time. It's definitely a different time.
Which is where that disconnect comes from, where all those harsh penalties, were handed out.
Yeah.
I don't think they're doing that quite as much. When you talk to cop friends, it's like, yeah, dude.
No, but the reality is that
they're not even investigating rape in Seattle anymore.
I understand.
Like,
but the reality, too, is that if you actually want to bust the real dude, you have to pull the guy off the street. You got to try and flip him. That's the only way.
He's not. Yeah.
No, I mean, he may or may not.
Yeah.
But that's the only way you're going to actually do it. You're not going to, it's police work, 101.
Yeah. Patreon.com/TDC Podcast. Sign up. Show your support for the show, God damn you. We need all the help we can get. Seriously, exclusive content you'll love. I don't know if Ryan got that stuff up today. He was supposed to.
I'm not sure. I haven't followed up.
Yeah. I've been crazy busy all day. So have you. And Ryan's dealing with his own stuff. So we're begging people to be patient. Amazon link, DetroitCast.com. Click the link. Shop as normal. Walters at DetroitCast.com. Send your emails. We love reading them. MyPillow.com. MyPillow got blown out of Walmart. Big story today.
Oh, I saw that. He
Yeah.
slammed his computer.
What's that?
He slammed his computer.
Did he?
Yeah.
Why?
That was the headline that I read.
That Lindell slammed his...
Yeah. When he was on like a Zoom call or something, and they told him he was so mad he slammed his computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we call him?
Not right now, but
No,
yeah,
not right
potentially.
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the problem with this is it's not because of the products. You know what I mean? It's not like if Walmart went, oh yeah,
it's subpar.
It's a subpar pillow, so we're not going to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just
a blackball. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a blackball.
Yeah, it's a political move, is what it is.
The guy's wacky. He's always been wacky.
And
if he thinks the election, tell me the person who's turned by Mike Lindell's statements. Show me the person that's like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That I wasn't sure about going to the Capitol on January 6th, but then I watched Lindell's symposium.
Yeah.
And here I am.
Yeah.
Without a weapon.
It's just, I don't know why they're so threatened by him, but I love his stuff still. Use promo code TDC.
Nobody likes to hear that side.
Yeah.
No matter what.
True.
Hey, you know what? We're excited to announce that the original OG TDC sponsor is back and ready to make all of your wildest dreams come true. Hey, if you're an active or retired military, first responder, or medical professional, you absolutely want to order your new Ford at Zott before July 5th to lock in your additional $1,000 military trifecta bonus cash. This $1,000 is only available to those who serve and protect only through July 5th. So don't dilly-dally. See Steve Gabarra and the crew at Zott Ford because the time to order is now to lock in your extra $1,000. Go check out their tiny but mighty inventory and get details at dealsinthed.com.
I gotta piss so bad.
Oh, we're almost there.
One more story.
Okay.
And I'll
Pinch
read
it.
one email.
Work on your Kegels, dude.
Yeah, I need to. I need to really, really get them
Right?
going. Yeah.
Do your Kegels.
I think this is bullshit.
Shocking.
Yeah. We'll see what you think.
See my Kegels?
Stop it. I picture your dick flexing up and down. I don't like it. Knock it off. A man who blacked out driving a 38-passenger bus from a Connecticut casino in March has been charged with 38 counts of reckless endangerment.
Okay.
Passed out at the wheel.
Why is the important part?
He didn't know that the gummy bears he was eating were marijuana prior to passing out.
Well, did he really not know, or does he say he didn't know?
Jin Won Chin
All right,
was
dude.
arrested at his home in Boston Monday and appeared in court on Tuesday. Chen, who had to speak through a Chinese interpreter, told the judge, "I did not know it was a marijuana. Lady Jane, I didn't know." The CT Post reported that on March 13th, shortly after 3 p.m., a Connecticut state trooper was dispatched to reports of a bus along I-95 South. The state police said Chen was unconscious out cold in the driver's seat.
Now, did he pass out driving or did he pull over and pass out?
Oh, one of the passengers was like, "Hey, our driver's passed out."
Big difference.
Not if the keys are in the ignition; they don't give a fuck.
Well, I mean, if he at least stopped and pulled over before he passed out,
yeah,
I would say that's fucking hero status.
A passenger notified state police that Chen had been eating something from a bag next to him before he passed out. Police said they found a bag of Smokies, edibles, cannabis-infused fruit chews next to Chen.
Why are you giving him a free plug?
Well,
you know
why not?
Well, I'm not.
Sounds like they'll blow you out.
Not you. The story is my point. Why are you calling it out by brand? Why don't you just say that they were marijuana edibles?
Why do you have a problem with giving a quick plug shout out to the gummies? Sounds like they work really well, by the way.
They all do. Well, especially if you're a fucking 100-pound Chinaman that doesn't fucking do weed and driving a bus will knock you the fuck out.
This is a different Chen. This is Victor Chen, the manager of the bus company.
No relation?
That Jinwan Chen worked for. He said, Jinwan does not drink, he does not smoke, but he has a sweet tooth and likes candy.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah. This would have never happened a couple years ago, but now there's marijuana everywhere.
Yeah.
So you just can't avoid it.
I mean,
he was transported to the hospital, reported found high level of THC in his blood. Some claim that it's difficult to tell the difference between certain marijuana products and candy or snack packaging. I still think they all smell like weed.
That was going to be my point.
Yeah.
Is that I've never eaten a weed gummy and not like known. Right? There's a big difference between...
Your caramels are pretty damn close.
You still taste it. They're
a little bit.
They are delicious.
They're so delicious. And they work so well. If anyone wants to buy it.
La 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 la. Delete. If you'd like to donate to the cause,
yeah, there you go. Donate. That's what I mean.
Yes, that's the proper terminology.
All right. They're so dude. They are helping me so much. I was waking up at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like wake up, piss, come back, get to bed, fall asleep, wake up, and then I started taking your caramels.
Yeah. Helping?
For the most part.
Yeah.
I have the occasional get up at 3 in the morning and take a whiz, something like that.
Well, that's because you got to piss.
Yeah. For the most
part. Thank God that they're not so mad that you sleep through that and piss your bed.
No, they're subtle. I just take them. I don't even wait for a buzz.
So that's the beauty of it.
Great.
If you actually really have to get up and take a piss, they'll let you go.
I do. We got to stop talking about taking pisses. All right, let me read one email. Stop it, fucker. I'm serious. Hey, Mike, T-Roy. Tip baseball game. Knock it off, fucker. I'm serious. Maybe a funny story. I'll let the two of yous decide. I went to a Rays game and ran into a similar situation as, sorry, we don't accept cash. Long story short, when the tip option popped up on the screen, I had pointed out to the gentleman behind the counter, too bad you don't accept cash. I guess I can't tip you. Dick move? Funny? Either way. I know they don't make the rules, but got to put your foot down somewhere. I'm already paying $9.50 for a lukewarm beer. Anyways, damn the man. Scott.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'll say dick move only because that guy's a victim. That guy is doing whatever he's doing, and there's a big difference between somebody like pouring you a beer and handing it to you, or like those. The irony is like those self-serve stations where it's like a fucking 7-Eleven. You go get your stuff and you come out. It's self-serve checkout type thing.
Yeah,
they're like tip. Fuck off for what?
Get
out of here.
Yeah.
All right, hurry up.
All right, let's wrap it up there. Call it a day. We'll do some exclusive member content, but if I don't walk out right now, I'm going to piss my pants. So bye.